A fearless 14-year-old steps into boarding school, ready to expose a predator, but what she uncovers is darker and more dangerous than anyone imagined. Sit back and watch as the story unfolds. This is a story about a boarding and day school named Precious International Boarding and Day School in Akure. There was a teacher there, Mr. Segun Afolabi, who was known for abusing female students. He was the agriculture teacher, strict with all students, but especially the girls. Whenever a new boarding student arrived, he would target her. His pattern was to make sure the student failed his test, then summon her to his office under false pretenses. Many girls had already fallen victim to his abuse. One day, a new student named Ayomide was admitted. She used to be a day student, but after hearing complaints from the boarding students about Mr. Segun's behavior, she begged her father, a police officer, to allow her to become a boarding student so she could uncover the truth and stop him. Ayomide confided in two close friends, Chinoso and Adola. They were all determined to expose Mr. Segun. Ayomide noticed that he was constantly watching her in class. When she asked her friends about it, Adeola replied, "Yes, maybe you'll be the next victim." But Ayomide was determined, replying, "His cup will be full this time. I have a plan." Her friends were curious and ready to listen. Mrs. Victoria, the English teacher, had heard many female students confide in her about Mr. Segun's misconduct. She had confronted him several times, but he always denied everything. Yet Mrs. Victoria warned him sharply, "One day your true colors will be exposed. Be careful. Don't say I didn't warn you." Then she walked away. On the day Ayomide, Chinoso, and Adeola were planning their move, Mrs. Victoria was secretly listening. Ayomide suggested they record Mr. Segun's voice so he couldn't deny his actions. Chinoso worried, "But how will we get a phone? We aren't allowed to bring phones to school." Mrs. Victoria surprised them, saying, "I will help you with that." The girls were shocked that a teacher was willing to help, and they asked why. She replied, "The reports against Mr. Segun are too many, but we need solid evidence to bring him to justice." A few days later, they put their plan into action. While Ayomide was passing by Mr. Segun's office, he called her inside. He began confessing his feelings, saying how much he loved her. Ayomide responded firmly, "Sir, I am only 14 years old. This is not right." He dismissed her concerns, saying, "Age is just a number." Unbeknownst to him, Ayomide had Mrs. Victoria's phone recording the entire conversation, while Chinoso and Adeola hid nearby waiting. Mr. Segun warned her, "You better accept or I'll force you. Ask the other girls. I don't take no for an answer." Terrified, Ayomide tried to resist. When Mr. Segun stood up to grab her, she screamed. Chinoso and Adeola rushed in, shouting, "Mr. Segun, we caught you red-handed. Your cup is full. Don't worry, you'll hear from us soon." Mr. Segun looked down at them and laughed coldly. "You don't have any proof," he sneered. Mr. Segun's laughter echoed coldly through the office. "Proof," he scoffed. "You think a little recording will ruin me? I've been doing this for years. You're just children playing a dangerous game." Ayomide's heart pounded, but she stood firm. "Mrs. Victoria has the recording. You won't get away with this." Just then, the office door swung open. Mrs. Victoria stepped in, holding her phone steady. "This is more than proof, Mr. Segun," she said, her voice calm but sharp. "This recording will be handed over to the authorities, starting with Ayomide's father." The color drained from Mr. Segun's face. For a moment he was silent, calculating his next move. Then, in a low voice filled with menace, he hissed, "You have no idea who you're dealing with. You'll regret this." But before he could take another step, the school security arrived, alerted by the girls' earlier calls, and the door was locked behind them. Mr. Segun was now cornered, yet his eyes held a dangerous glint, promising this was far from over. The school security officers surrounded Mr. Segun, their faces serious but uncertain. "Sir, you're coming with us for questioning," one of them said firmly. Mr. Segun sneered but didn't resist. "You think this ends here? I have connections, powerful ones." Ayomide's father, a seasoned police officer, arrived soon after, summoned by Mrs. Victoria. His presence brought a mix of relief and tension. "We'll handle this properly," he assured Ayomide and her friends. As Mr. Segun was led away, whispers spread through the school like wildfire. Some students were hopeful justice was finally coming. Others feared retaliation. Days passed with no public statement from the school administration. Rumors swirled. Had Mr. Segun's threats silenced the authorities? Was Ayomide's courage enough to break a long-standing culture of silence? Then a mysterious letter was slipped under Ayomide's door. It read, "You've stirred a hornet's nest. Watch your back. This is only the beginning." Ayomide held the letter in trembling hands, the words burning into her mind. Fear and determination clashed inside her. She knew backing down was not an option, but the warning was chillingly real. She showed the letter to Chinoso and Adeola. "We have to be careful. Someone wants to scare us off." It's your Mrs. Victoria, ever the protector, advised. "You must stay alert and stick together. I've already informed your father and some trusted colleagues in the police. This won't end quietly." Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Mr. Segun was quietly making calls. His menace wasn't just empty threats. He had allies willing to cover for him, and they were ready to fight dirty. One evening, as Ayomide walked home, she sensed shadows following her. Her pulse quickened. Was it a friend or foe? She quickened her pace, clutching her bag tighter. Suddenly, a figure stepped from the darkness. "Ayomide?" a familiar voice whispered urgently. It was a student. Someone no one expected. "There's more going on than you know. Some teachers are protecting him. You're not just fighting one man, you're fighting the whole system. How deep does this corruption run? Can Ayomide trust anyone? And will justice survive the shadows?" Watch out for part 2. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to Tales by MSK.